After every game in this NBA season simulation, the winning team will get to steal a player from their opponent. The season is just 14 games long, and instead of playoff series, I've made the postseason do or die. I have no clue what our teams are about to look like after I've completed this extensive process. It's gonna be a grind, but it's also gonna be a lot of fun. Let's find out together. Oh, and by the way, I got this idea from Chuffsters, one of the FIFA community goats. I decided to do a simple best player on the roster for worst player on the roster trade, obviously in favor of each winning team. However, once a team has stolen a player, that player becomes the next to potentially be traded. So winning a game stealing a player creates a kind of buffer for the original members on the team. For example, the Lakers won their first game of the season over the Kings and stole De'Aaron Fox. They'd lose, though, their second game to the Utah Jazz, but instead of losing AD or LeBron, Fox was the one on the move again. And we got it? We're good? We're all on the same page? We all understand? Great. Okay, and I'm not going to be able to do this all live because it's going to take forever. I've made it through a couple of weeks in the season. Most teams have 2 games under their belt. There's a few 2-0 teams, a few 0-2 teams, and a lot of 500s. Right away, we see the Philly 76ers putting in work. They've added Donovan Mitchell, obviously, after beating the Cavaliers. Also, DeMar DeRozan. Uh-oh, the East might be a bloodbath. The Celtics have beat the Brooklyn Nets to add Mikal Bridges. They also beat the Hornets to add LaMelo. The Clippers with a big early move. They've added Domantas Sabonis, so the Kings have really taken it on the chin. Victor as well. They beat the Spurs. Memphis is a great example of why this video is going to be so chaotic. They lost a game and ended up losing Ja Morant, who ended up on the Jazz of all teams with De'Aaron Fox, like I mentioned earlier. But then they went ahead and obviously won their second game without Ja and picked up Luka. They beat the Mavs. Oh my. Denver, obviously, they're off to, oh my. Phoenix and OK, they beat 2 amazing teams in terms of the players they're stealing. The Suns might just be cooked already. They've lost Devin Booker, we just saw, and Kevin Durant. Oh, Kevin Durant ended up in Portland. There you go, Dame. You don't need to request a trade or actually be traded. You got KD next to you. Don't screw it up. I have a feeling Portland might lose a game or two, you know, in this video, in which case KD will be gone, but enjoy it while it lasts.
One eternity later.
A process that I eventually would complete as we get to our single elimination playoff bracket. A quick look at the teams there. Unfortunately, because I'm an idiot, very clumsy, I did accidentally skip over the player award screen, but Nikola Jokic on Denver had a massive stat line and won his 3rd straight MVP in this universe. Amen Thompson ended up on the OKC Thunder from this year's draft. Not sure how. It was a lot of moves, but he wins Rookie of the Year. Chris Paul, I moved Chris Paul so many times. He ended up on Portland, where he won 6th man, sure. Jaren Jackson Jr. managed to stay on the Grizzlies. I wonder if they were good without Ja Morant, DPOY. And most improved player, Alperen Şengün on the Dallas Mavericks. Sure. Again, I skipped past this page. Oh my gosh, what? Luka and Ja ended up on the Clippers together. Giannis is on the Knicks. Tatum, Jokic on their original teams. And please don't think I'm faking reactions here. Luka and Ja being on the Clippers, like, I put them there at some point, but I can't remember. I moved so many players. This is shocking to me. As we continue, All-NBA second, LaMelo on the Heat, Halliburton on the Pistons. Zion must have had a big season, stayed in New Orleans. Jimmy and Joel on their teams too. Okay. It's not every star moving teams. 3rd team All-NBA, Shea on the Raptors, Kyrie on the Lakers, Jaren Julius Randle on the Sixers, balling out. Oh, wow. The Utah Jazz. Yeah, we're going to have to take a look at the Jazz. They went 13-1. The Clippers are killing it. The Lakers, I know they added Kyrie. Didn't see LeBron or AD there for All-NBA. Missing the playoffs. The Kings went 1-13. Yeah, they gave away De'Aaron Fox Sabonis. We saw that like right away. Must have been a train wreck from there. The Suns as well lost people. The Warriors, okay. Well, over in the East, the Sixers, the Hawks, they always simulate well. That's not too surprising. Miami, Boston, okay. New York, yeah. The Bucks made the playoffs. The Raptors and the Magic, I guess, are a bit surprising, but other than that, you know, the great teams in the East, well, they were still great. Fair enough. I want to go ahead and look through stats here instead of just all the individual rosters. Jokic won the scoring title with 26 a game. That is so interesting. He also led the league in rebounds and assists, and that's why he won MVP. Ja Morant, Joel, Zion, Luka, yeah, he's on the Clipper. I'm just trying to learn. Oh, Booker is on the Pelicans with Zion. Yep, this is crazy. I genuinely forget putting all these people on different teams. I had to make so many moves. I'm gonna go ahead and scout some rosters and show you guys the most interesting ones. The Jazz went 13-1. They end up with Steph on their team, Sabonis, a lot of depth pieces, Giddey, Clarkson. Yeah, fair enough. Giannis had a ride. I think he ended up, was he 1st team All-NBA or 2nd? He doesn't have the greatest supporting cast, but I think the Knicks were in the playoffs. Okay, I didn't see LeBron or AD on All-NBA, but they are joined by Kyrie and not much Zach Collins, Tari Eason. They had, yeah, just an average season, I guess. Bro, what am I seeing? The Nuggets, were they 2nd in the West? Jokic, 99. They end up with Kevin Durant, Jamal Aaron Gordon. They got a bunch of bench pieces. Yeah, I think being deep is what is going to set those Nuggets apart, because look at the Pelicans. Booker, Zion, BI up top, but they did not add very much depth. Shea was able to carry the Raptors. Actually, I don't know how long Shea was on the Raptors for. I can't remember, but he did carry them, push them to the playoffs. Not bad. Oh, okay. Portland. So they lost Kevin Durant like I knew they would, but they end up with Bradley Beal, Cat. Yeah, Chris Paul won 6. Man, that's a lot of different pieces. The 76ers are loaded. Joel, Zach LaVine, Brunson, DeRozan. The Celtics stayed strong too. Tatum, Trae Young, Jaylen Brown, Evan Mobley, Paulo. But all those teams, all those rosters I just quickly showed, I think pale in comparison to our king. The LA Clippers, who I believe were 12-2, and they won the right games, obviously. Luka Doncic joining Kawhi Leonard. Ja Morant ended up here. Ant Edwards, Rudy Gobert, Victor, Wiggins. They got it all, brother. And now we get to the truly, if all that wasn't chaotic enough, how about single elimination playoff rounds where each team steals an opponent? This is going to get nuts. And we're going to start off with something like the Miami Heat. They didn't do much. They didn't add any other superstars. Jimmy Butler's still there. They have Bam, and they've got an easy win over whatever's left on the Bucks. Jimmy, Bam, LaMelo Ball. Yeah, that, wow. What did they must have just been close to 500, the Heat? I can't remember. But now they add an excellent complement to their other stars in the backcourt. Drew Holiday, sure. I was hoping this would be a good battle. Two historic franchises. Not so much another blowout. Oh, I totally forgot. Giannis had 38, 6, and 10 for the Knicks. That's right. That's who was on the Knicks. And now Giannis joins the Celtics. That was just a wildly profitable W for the boys. I can't seem to remember who was on the Blazers. Chris Paul, Bradley. Oh, the Blazers just had a lot of pieces. The Lakers are the higher seed, but they're in trouble here. Yeah, the Portland Trailblazers weren't messing around. They're still up 3, just over 2 minutes left. Once again, the Blazers are going to Cat in the clutch, working on Jared Vanderbilt. Oh my word, he's too big out there. The Lakers got to figure something out very, very soon. They're letting AD cook right here on Nurkic. He missed, grabs his own board. Don't miss again, AD. There you go. D'Angelo Russell out there going to work, pulling up from mid-range, and freaking what? Cat's gonna pull up Austin Reeves in his face, but Karl Anthony Towns, he's out there changing the game, people. That might be the dagger. Wow, the Blazers hit 24 3-pointers, shot 56% from deep. Yeah, you ain't beating that. Beal 35 and 7 in just 29 minutes, my word. But who cares if it was an upset or not? LeBron joins the Trailblazers. Watch out, Wes. I think I was actually overestimating Denver when I was talking about them earlier. They're only the 4 seed. Jokic won MVP. Oh my gosh, he might be going out sad right here. Yeah, see, because that's a 40-point loss. The Nuggets also have Kevin Durant. I completely forgot, dude. There's too much I'm trying to remember. Yeah, KD and Jokic. What? Oh my word. The Grizzlies hit 22 threes, shot 59%. For any team that makes a bunch of threes is not going to lose, and that's 2 games in a row. And I know it was only a 4 versus 5 seed matchup, but that was a massive upset. This Grizzlies roster, outside of Jokic, who they just added, is not that good. What? We're back out east to watch the Hawks up 5 with under 2 minutes left against the Raps. Rarely does Shai Gilgeous-Alexander come up small in these simulations. Donovan Mitchell, that is a tough shot, but a great make. Only 90 seconds left now for the Raps. Shai is gonna have to come through quickly. That's okay. See what I mean? Shai be making everything. It's wild. Like, that would be a little bit of help, but Donovan, he's not trying to see it. Blowing pass for another tough shot. Donovan's making shots. What can you do, brother? That was a dumb shot. If the Raps can find a bucket here, especially a 3, would be so nice. Scotty, he's going for it. Scotty, no! That was a clean look from Scotty in the corner. Would have changed the entire complexion of this game. Both teams shot well from 3. That's why it wasn't a blowout. At least my guy Shai gets to live on in this video. He joins Atlanta, who just beat the Raps. 1 versus 8 matchup right here. The Magic versus the Sixers. I don't remember who's on Orlando, but their team can't be good. Yeah. I might have just disrespected them. What I more meant was Philly is amazing. Yeah. I'm not really sure how Orlando made the playoffs. I was right to question the validity of their roster. This is not great. Just 2 first-round matchups remaining, including Clippers, Mavericks. Luka Doncic is not on the Mavericks, but it's still a classic rivalry. And once again, my short-term memory loss is flaring up because Luka is on the Clippers, which is definitely something I've pointed out multiple times. I forgot, so yeah, sorry, Dallas. Maybe the Mavericks with no Luka, no Kyrie. I don't remember who's on their roster, of course. Maybe they can stand up to Luka and the Clips. So far, so good. No way. What? No way. Oh, There is no way. There is no way this is about to happen, is it? Seriously, who is on the okay, Alperen Şengün, he won most improved player. Luka putting up a 3. You just bricked. Luka's going out so sad. 2K is so out of pocket sometimes. Jabari Smith Jr. into Alperen Şengün. They are the Rockets. The Mavericks stole the Rockets, who are not very good, yet it's working for them. Oh my goodness. Well, it's not a mystery why the Mavs just pulled off arguably the biggest upset in NBA 2K23 history. They shot 51% from 3 and made 18 of them. Look at the Clippers loaded roster going out sad. Ant with 21, Kawhi, Gobert did his job, I guess. Ja had a triple-double, but Luka was a straight-up double agent for the Mavs. And honestly, I could not have scripted this video better. The Mavericks are off to round 2, and they get back Luka Doncic, who's gonna have to one-man team, of course. Our final round 1 single elimination matchup, the first seeded Jazz versus the wait a minute. These Pelicans are a fraud 8 seed. How are they an 8 seed? They are loaded. Utah, I'm so sorry. I saw this coming a mile away. I said I'm sorry because I knew this was there's no way. How did New Orleans, why were they an 8? I don't understand so much of this game. But once again, the part I do understand, the Pelicans shot 52% from 3. Yep, they dominated. And Steph Curry joins the Pelicans after losing it. He's moved so many times this video. It's crazy, but okay. And like that, we are down to just 8 teams remaining. Some surprises in there. I'm looking at you, Dallas. Some heavyweights still left. 1, 2, 3, 4 seeds in the East. I don't know. First second round matchup on deck. Luka back on the Mavs with, you know, a Luka level supporting cast against LeBron, Lillard, and a loaded Trailblazer side. Oh my goodness. How Dallas, how? Bro, if Dallas pulls this off, like, I don't even know what to say at this point. Luka across the lane, a left-handed floater. He's wearing number 13. This is so wrong. Fortunately, Lillard's gonna get some free throws here, and he bricked it. Yep, sure. Like, why am I not surprised? Of course that would happen. 30 seconds left. Portland a chance to tie, and there you go. Dame ties the game up. That was a masterclass from Dame. He also gets Portland the 2-for-1. What can Luka do now? Does he have some greatness in the clutch? He's got a running head start, and he pulls up with a dagger from the nail. Wow. Okay, well, not literally the dagger yet, but it might be Portland last possession. Do they go for a 3? Once again, LeBron not involved, not touching the ball. This is Dame Lillard's team. He is going for the win from deep. Oh my gosh. Nah. What am I seeing? What? But Luka Doncic back in Dallas, 26, 10, and 15. Yeah, that's a pretty good performance, I'd say. I had a choice between LeBron and Dame. They're both 96 overall, but I feel a small forward fits better next to Luka. Doesn't matter. He pretty much needs nobody to do anything anyways. We're heading back east for our next matchup. The Heat, who I haven't talked about much. They just added Drew against the Hawks, who beat Shea and the Raps. Very even on paper. But not on paper. This is a blowout. I mean, it could have been worse, but Miami only mustered 88 points. Jimmy was not great. But y'all know how it works. You win a game, you steal a player. Atlanta now has picked up Shea and Jimmy in the playoffs. What a haul. This matchup is out of pocket. How is this a second round matchup? The Pelicans, who are somehow an 8 seed, they just added Steph. The Grizzlies, who just picked up Nikola Jokic, the MVP. Oh yeah, this is a battle. This is a battle. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not. The Pelicans double-digit lead. The Grizzlies kind of coming back. Yeah, emphasis what I just said on kinda. That was not a real comeback. They're still losing by 15 points. Yeah, that's not the greatest showing. MVP Jokic at the buzzer. Okay, they lost by 13. There you go. But they just got a squad, dude. Zion 30 points, 21 from BI, 20 from Steph, and now they've stolen 99 overall Nikola Jokic, who has been putting up numbers in these games, even in a losing effort. You know we couldn't go through an NBA season without the Celtics and 76ers meeting in the playoffs. It's basically a requirement at this point, although Giannis and Trae Young are now on Boston. That's serious. Serious trouble for the 76ers, dude. Oh, that got ugly. Wow. The Celtics hung 162 on this. Oh, Evan Mobley, I forgot. He casually put up 32, 7, and 5 in 22 minutes. Okay, so they got Giannis and they got baby Giannis. That's okay. And they've got grown man Joel Embiid now. That's, pretty good addition, I must say. Our conference finals are set. The 7-8 seeds in the West, Dallas versus New Orleans against the 2-4, a bit more predictable, Atlanta versus Boston in the East. And just a refresher on the teams before we get to our matchups, the Hawks have Shea, Jimmy Butler, Donovan Mitchell, Mikal Bridges, Darius Garland, all before we get to one of their original players, DeJounte Murray. While I just showed them Giannis, Joel Embiid, Trae Young, Mobley, Banchero, all joining Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. This is an even matchup on paper, but the Celtics have the upper hand. Excuse me, NBA 2K20. You are cooking up something again. The Hawks, well, they're just this isn't even going to be a clutch finish. Nope. No, it's not. Not even close. Oh, look, the Hawks made 53% of their threes, made 17 of them. It's not fair. I guess I forgot about Jimmy Butler. He's there with Shea, both 94 overalls, both killed it. Giannis will be joining the Hawks. Of course, he's a 98 overall, duh. And that'll bring us to our West Finals matchup. I'm so excited for this one, dude. The Mavericks, who in a very roundabout fashion ended up with Luka Doncic back on their roster. Also LeBron, Alperen Şengün, and a bunch of other Rockets. We don't know why this team is here, let's be honest. I'm saying it right now, and I think you'd all agree. On paper, this should be an absolute blowout. Jokic, Steph, Booker, Zion. I mean, it's no comparison, these two rosters. Oh, but hey, guess what? Early in this game, a double-digit lead for the Dallas Mavericks. Yep, of course. Okay, the Pelicans have erased it into halftime. Okay, I think this might be the end of the road for their Cinderella improbable run. Can the Mavericks stay alive for at least one more possession? Valanciunas bricked it. Oh, no. You cannot leave the door open for Luka Doncic in any situation. He's gonna get... Yeah, that's a bucket. That's... What? Steph just D'd him up? Okay, then. Fair enough. Stephen Curry might have just got the dagger defensive stop. When have you ever seen that before? Now, oh, he just cooked Şengün. He just cooked Şengün to the rim. That is so big time. For my own sanity, I'm kind of glad the Mavericks lost because it would have made no sense, and they hit more threes than the Pelicans, but the Pels shot 53% from deep. They were still amazing. Wow, he had 13 boards, 11 assists, but that's 8 points on 2 of 9. That's a choke. But in this case, chokes get rewarded because Luka will have a chance at a championship. As in a universe where every win means you steal an opponent's player, we are down to just 2 teams, the Hawks from the East, the Pelicans from the West, do or die to win it all. When the chips are down, is it the exquisite top-end talent of the Pelicans or the deeper, more balanced approach from the Hawks that wins out? Oh, yes. Oh, we got a tight game. The Hawks have controlled it throughout, but the Pelicans are just hiding in plain sight, I fear. In fact, come look at this, ladies and gentlemen, late in the 4th quarter. Nah, I'm just capping. I'm sorry. I wanted to make this dramatic, but I can't. No, I thought the Pels were hiding in plain sight, like I said, about to do something crazy, but instead, an and one this late, Giannis, what are you doing? In hindsight, calling the Hawks a team with a 98 Giannis, 94 Shea and Jimmy, you know, the more balanced team, less top-end talent, that's kind of wild. The Hawks didn't go crazy from 3 this game, but when you shoot 65% from the field as a whole, it doesn't really matter what else you do. Jokic was great for the Pelicans. Steph, not so much. They didn't get any huge performances, while the Hawks got 33, 10, and 9 from Giannis, 31 from Mikal Bridges. Shout out to the depth, dude. Maybe I was right. And after every single win in this video resulted in stealing an opponent's player, the Atlanta Hawks walk out of here as your champions. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down below. Also, subscribe to the channel, and if you don't care about champions and want to see a bunch of losers battling it out, well, click on that video up there. It was a lot of fun.